Welcome to the ePageCity Basic Page Tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to create, edit, and manage pages of your website. Once you're logged into your site, you'll want to navigate to the dashboard, aka the backend area, and you can do so simply by clicking your company or business name in the top left corner here. Once we're inside the dashboard, you'll notice this black left column area, which features a number of sections of the site. What we'll want to do is look for the option called Pages. And once we select that, that'll take us to essentially a sitemap or a repository for all of the various pages on our website. So we can see them all here at a glance. And towards the top here, we'll also see an indication of the total number of pages, including the number of published pages, total number of pages that are currently saved as a draft, as well as any pages that are currently in the trash bin. You'll notice if we hover our cursor over any of these pages, 4 additional options will pop up for us, including the option to simply edit the page, an option to quick edit, which allows for more minor on-the-fly changes without needing to open the page itself, an option to trash or delete the page in its entirety, as well as an option to view the page out on the front end of the site. Now, before we actually begin editing a page, we'll want to create the page itself, and you can do so in one of 3 different ways. When viewing the Pages section here, you'll notice a big Add New button at the very top. Just above that, in the admin bar, is also a plus new link. Once we hover over that, a menu will open up with additional options, including the option to add a new page towards the bottom here. And then finally, back in that left column area, underneath the Pages section, is an additional Add New link here. So we can select one of those 3 different options, and what that'll do for us is open up a new blank page for us. And what we'll want to do first and foremost is give our page a title, and that's that first big field we see here. So for example's sake, let's call this page Our History. Now, whatever title you give your page will ultimately inform the permalink, aka the URL of this particular page. This is automatic. You don't need to manually set this. We do recommend that you retain the the automatically generated URL here. If for whatever reason you did want to edit this, you do have the option. You'll notice an edit button to the right of this. If you're going to change the tail end of the URL here, keep in mind that all words need to be lowercase and separated by a dash instead of a space. Once you're done making changes to the URL, you can simply hit OK. A little bit farther down the page, we'll see an area called Flexible Content. And this is the area in which you'll actually begin adding various content bands to your page. For a full walkthrough on content bands, please visit the Content Bands tutorial on the training website. Once you're done adding content to your page, there are a few other sections you'll want to pay attention to. A little bit farther down the page is an area called Theme SEO Settings. This is something that you'll want to set for every page of your website. 2 areas in particular. Those include the document title and the meta description. These 2 areas are what will appear in search engine results. So the document title will appear as a clickable link. Best case scenario, this should be somewhat similar to the page title we entered above. And then similarly, the meta description is a succinct description of the content of this page. This is also what will show up in search engine results. This should be ideally no more than 160 characters in length. Keep in mind that the title and the description should be unique for each page of your website as well. Moving over to the right side of the page, there are a few other areas here that you'll want to pay attention to. Those include the Page Attributes section. So within this block here, we'll see a Parent drop-down menu. What this does is essentially tells the page we're working on, Our History, where to live within the site's navigation. So in this case, I'd say it seems logical to have the History page as a subpage of About Us. So I'll select About Us from this drop-down menu. And keep in mind, this is also going to inform the URL as well, again, which is completely automatic, so you don't have to worry about that. Just above that are the publishing settings. At the very top, you'll see a Saved Draft button. This is helpful in the event that you're working on a page but not quite ready to publish it yet. You can always save the page as a draft, and what that'll do is save it on the back end back here in the Pages section, but it won't display anywhere on the front end of the website until you come back in and publish it. The status will remind you whether or not the page is published or saved as a draft. And then finally, the last setting you may use is the publishing settings here. This may be more useful for blog posts than pages, but it is still useful here, and you are capable of using this. The way this works is it will allow you to give a page a future date. So let's say I wanted to publish this page 2 months from now. In March, I can change that date here, hit OK, and then it'll schedule that publish date for March 27th. But if you just wanted to publish this right away, you can disregard this and simply hit Publish Now. With the big blue button, you'll see it says Publish Immediately up here again as another reminder, and that'll automatically push this page live. So once all your changes have been made, you've published your page, you can always view the page as well once we hit Publish. You'll notice once we do so, back in that admin bar at the very top, you'll notice a View Page link here. And again, that'll just take you out to the front end version of that page. The other section you may pay attention to here is the My Page order. And what this does is it allows you to reorder the subpages of any given section of your website. So let's say, for example, I wanted this Our History page that we just made to be at the very bottom of that menu here. All I need to do is go back into our dashboard, into our Pages section, and we'll see an area called My Page Order. And this will simply allow us to choose the section we want to reorder. So in this case, I'll select About Us, click Order Subpages. And what it'll do is show me all of the existing subpages. And from here, all I need to do is simply click and drag these pages into the desired order. Once I make all my changes, I can simply hit Click to Order Pages. And now, if I go back out to our front end, the drop-down menu of the About Us section should now reflect those changes we just made. And that's about it. That's how you create, edit, and manage pages of your website. You can find additional tutorials on the ePage City training site. And if you have any questions or concerns with editing your site, you're welcome to reach out to us directly at 312-291-2200, and a customer service rep will be more than happy to help. Thanks.